have 2 chances to jump to the top of the pyramid. Each number you land on will be added to your score. You will be safe if your total stays between positive 25 and negative 25. If it goes outside this range, you'll be thrown from the pyramid. And remember, you have 1 zapper. Changes negative to positive or positive to negative. And time is of the essence. Begin.
Yeah! 5.
Total 5.
Cool! 12.
Total 17.
Negative 20.
Total negative 3.
Negative 23.
Total negative 26. You are out of range.
Oh no! Total bummer! Yeah! All right. I don't have to take this.
You have 1 more try. Begin.
1 more time. 5.
Total 5.
12.
Total 17.
Awesome. Negative 20.
Total negative 3.
Uh-oh. Negative 23 again. If I were you, and I am, yes, you'd use the zapper while I'm saving it up and taking another pass. I'd save it up and take another pass. You would? Yes, but you're running out of time.
Time brings all things to pass.
Okay, detour. Negative 10.
Total negative 13.
13.
Total 0.
Yes! 0! Right in the middle. Negative 23.
Total negative 23.
Uh-oh. Bad news. Negative 6 will send you over the edge, and I was cranking. So think about your options, okay? And keep an eye on the time.
Do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of.
Zap it! Way to go! Yippee! 6!
Total negative 17. You have won.
I have won! Excellent!
You stayed within the range of 25 and negative 25.
I know that.
I'll get you next time.
General Mathpital. Crossroads of nearly 1,000 lives. A sanctuary, a haven, an edifice dedicated to the needs of those whose mathematical health is threatened.
Attention all physicians. Heal thyself.
Dr. Doolittle, please bring your kangaroo to the cafeteria. Your marsupial is getting cold. Taking your clothes to the dry cleaner, Doctor?
Oh, these aren't mine. They belong to my patient.
Oh, why don't you give them back to him?
I will, just as soon as the check clears.
Nurse Jane, I'm Dr. No. Has a line segment been admitted to General Mathpital today?
Yes, Dr. No.
Where is it?
It's in the examining room. It's being changed from a simple line segment to a triangle.
Who's in charge of the case?
Dr. Yes.
No. I hope I'm not too late.
Oh, I know, Dr. No. I know.
Do you want a scalpel, Dr. Yes?
No, thanks. I'm still trying to learn the lambada.
Dr. Yes, did you cut?
No, it wasn't I.
Oh, then it's not too late.
You know my able assistants, Dr. Hello and Dr. Goodbye?
Yes. Hello, goodbye. Know why I'm here, yes?
No, I don't. No.
I understand you want to turn this line segment into a triangle. Is that true?
Yes. No.
Well, is it or isn't it, Dr. Yes?
Dr. Yes said yes, Dr. No.
What is your name again?
Goodbye.
Don't leave yet. We haven't finished the procedure.
I know.
No, she know. You goodbye.
Are you sure?
No, I'm yes, but I'm a careful shopper, and I know a goodbye when I see one.
Well, before you start cutting, do you have a plan?
A plan? Oh, what difference does it make? I'm simply going to turn this line segment into a triangle. All I need to do is cut it into 3 pieces.
Would you please take a look at this?
Yes, no, what is it?
This is a model of your patient. Show me where you want to cut it.
Oh, I don't know, no.
I'll show you where I'll cut it, Dr. No.
Me too. I'll show you where I'd cut, Dr. No.
I'd rather Dr. Yes show Dr. No.
All right. Now, I want to maintain a good length. So, I will cut here.
Oops, there, I lost you. Got away from it.
yes. And here. That gives me 3 line segments, and I will put them back together to form a triangle.
Oh, I was afraid you'd do it that way.
Don't be so negative, no. What's wrong with my solution?
They won't work as a triangle. In order to form a triangle, no one side can be longer than the combined length of the other two.
No, no. A triangle can be formed out of any 3 line segments.
Hello, I think he's right.
Goodbye, so do I.
Here, I'll show you. But just a moment. I'll get it.
Joe,
See what I mean? This leg is longer than these 2 legs put together.
Well, George, she's right.
They will never meet.
I think I nearly made a tragic mistake.
Buck up, buck up.
Yes, you nearly made a no-no. Had you made those cuts on the patient, the line segment would have never survived as a triangle.
But if I were to cut here
Already, it looks better. Already.
and here.
Now that's interesting. That's wonderful. So 2 cuts there.
Yes, you have formed a triangle because these 2 legs put together are longer than the 3rd leg.
Yes.
Well, that's very interesting. Or you could cut here, and this will be a short leg here.
Oh, yes.
And then here.
Very good.
And you'd still form yet another triangle.
Yes, but remember, to form a triangle, no one leg can be longer than the other 2 legs combined. Well, thank you for sharing all you knew. No.
Well, knowledge is to be shared. Now you know what I know, yes. Goodbye, yes. Goodbye. Hello. Goodbye, goodbye.
Oh, about that parallelogram, is that a right angle?
Gee, now we'll be able to say that we studied under 2 great doctors.
Yes. And no.
And so once again, common sense and geometry have solved another problem at General Mathpital, crossroads of nearly 1,000 lives. Until next time, stay healthy and may the math be with you.
I, Fax Headful, was watching this soap opera the other day, back there on... Shh. Don't tell. On another channel, and they had this scene where the guy and the girl are having this romantic dinner. And the guy says to the girl, Tiffany, you look beautiful tonight. And she says to him,
Oh, Todd, how can I ever thank you for saving my mother's life by using your superior skills in brain surgery? And how can I ever thank you for saving my brother's turnip ranch by using your superior skills in turnip husbandry? That's weird.
Forget turnip husbandry, Tiffany. Forget everything. Just let me be your husband.
Oh, Todd, 5.3 billion people in the world, and I was lucky enough to find you.
Yeah. Talk about mush. Except it got me thinking. I checked out what she said. There are about 5.3 billion of you Earthling-type humanoids in the world. Whoa, 5.3 billion people. Woo! That's a seriously big number. You want to know how big? Well, if you decided to line up all the people in the world and have them count off here,
Here. Present here. You see, auntie.
here, it would take more than 200 years of non-stop day and night round-the-clock counting to get through 5.3 billion. But you know what? The world population isn't going to stand still at 5.3 billion. No way! It keeps growing. Say at the current rate of growth, the world will double its total population every 40 years. Amazing. If I look what that means. If I am the world population now, see? I'm the world population, 5.3 billion. And I keep growing at the rate the population is growing now, then, ooh, this is how big the world population will be in 40 years. Double. 10.6. Whoa! And then in 80 years, whoa! And in 120 years, whoa! You see how huge things can get? If you double them and then double the double and then double the double, you just doubled and whoo! Phew. And I thought 5.3 billion was a lot. You know, I was thinking, you 5.3 billion humanoids have birthdays, right? So I got to wondering, how many birthdays there might be every day? Let me see, 5.3 billion divided by 365 days in a year comes to... Yikes! 14.5 million birthdays each day, on average. Think of all the cakes and candles and of all the wishes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. 14 million humanoids. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, everybody.
The story you are about to see is a fib, but it's short. The names are made up, but the problems are real.
It was Thursday, 9:43 a.m., and surveys showed New Yorkers had been spending most of their money on doctors and car wheels. Let's face it, New Yorkers were sick and tired. My partner is George Franklin. The captain is Joe Greco. My name is Tuesday. I'm a mathematician. Nothing seemed to be going right in what we euphemistically called the case of the smart dummy. Ventriloquist dummies aren't supposed to talk. Ventriloquists are. In this mystery, just the opposite was true. We decided to scour earlier episodes to clean up our act. When George frankly introduced me to Charlie McStick, Charlie said,
Miss Tuesday, I know it sounds strange, but, well, we used to be Charlie, Edgar, and Lolly. A terrific act.
Used to be?
That's right, until Lolly turned up missing.
Suitcases get switched at airports all the time, and we assumed that's what happened when the threesome returned to New York with one wrong bag, Lolly's. Instead of a dummy, in the bag was...
Bet there's over $1 million here.
Want to go to lunch?
There was exactly $1 million. All of it stolen from banks that just happened to be in the cities where Charlie, Edgar, and Lolly had just performed. In fact, the evidence against them was so strong that...
Let me out of here, you dirty screws! I'm innocent, I tell you! I'm gonna give it to you like they gave it to my brother. I'm too young to die. I want to see the sunrise again. Stop and smell the roses. Feel the wind through my knothole.
They were in jail for robbing banks.
Give me a mouthpiece.
Charlie denied it, but George said...
But they have witnesses in Ann Arbor, Minneapolis, Des Moines, Dayton, and Columbus who will swear you did.
They're lying. Minneapolis? Did you say Minneapolis?
Yes, why?
Because we weren't in Minneapolis.
We checked his story, and they weren't. They had been booked there, but a blizzard kept them out of town. We got them released, and things were looking better, until District Attorney Wofford came into our office and said...
Thought you'd like to know. About half of the money stolen from the 5 cities is traceable.
You mean the banks had records of the serial numbers?
Exactly. So we checked your $1 million.
And?
And none of the money matches.
But if half of the stolen money was marked, and they stole 1,300,000...
And some of it would have to match.
That's right. So we looked at the money a little more closely. It's queer.
Queer?
Counterfeit. Ever been arrested for counterfeiting, dummy?
We had $1 million of counterfeit money, but the robberies amounted to $1.3 million. Where was the real missing money?
That was a street person.
Oh?
A guy who knows what's happening illegal-wise. His name is Blinky Isinglass, and he runs a shoe shine stand as a front. Come on.
How can you tell if it's counterfeit?
Well, you look at a lot of things, Miss Tuesday. You look to make sure the portrait is clear and distinct. And make sure the serial numbers are evenly spaced. That the bordering lines aren't blurred. And here, you make sure the treasury seal is clear. This is fake.
How does one get counterfeit loot?
One pays money for it.
You buy it?
Yep. 20 points on the buck. You think illegal money is free?
Oh, 20 points?
20 points. A point is a percentage point.
20% of what?
20% of the whole. 20% of the 100%.
So if I wanted to buy a counterfeit dollar bill, it would cost me...
20%. 20 cents.
If I wanted to buy a counterfeit $100 bill...
$20 if you pass it and get away with it. It's like real money. If you get caught, you do real time. In prison.
So $1 million worth of counterfeit money would cost?
$200,000.
George, our man could have spent $200,000 to buy $1 million of bogus money.
And he would have had the rest of the robbery money left over.
Walking around dough. Come on.
Blinky, thanks for talking with
No
us.
problem. I love Mathnet. I want to be a mathematician when I grow up.
When you grow up?
Yeah. I'm young at heart, Miss Tuesday. How do you like that? They stiffed me.
Are you positive? Thanks very much. That was the airlines, Pat. They've identified a name that is common to all these flights.
The name?
Floyd Snurd.
Snurd Nosebleed. But George, Snurd went to different cities than Charlie and Edgar did.
Different cities, yes, but cities that were very close to Edgar's route. And the dates from the airline fit. Look, the first robbery was near Detroit. Toledo is near Detroit. The second was in Dayton. Cincinnati isn't far. The next is Des Moines. Cedar Rapids isn't far.
Yes, but what about the next one?
I see what you mean. Charlie and Edgar couldn't get to Minneapolis because of the weather. But the airline said that Snurd did fly from Cedar Rapids to Rochester. He must have gotten in before the weather turned bad.
He could have rented a car and pulled the robbery.
Right. Snurd had no way of knowing that Charlie's performance would be canceled.
I'll check Rent-A-Car and see if Snurd did that.
I'll see if I can get an address.
Folks, meet Ebenezer Squeeze. Tell him what you do, Squeeze.
I'm a landlord.
Tell him why you're here, Mr. S.
Well, I was collecting my rent envelopes, you know, doing some evictions, turning the heat off in some of my buildings.
Get on with it.
Well, anyway, I was owed some back rent. And when I went to deposit the cash, the bank said it was hot money.
He had 5 $100 bills from the armored car robbery in Des Moines.
Where did you get them?
From a tenant. Fellow by the name of Floyd Snurd.
What's the address?
1313 13th Place.
Thanks for helping us catch a despicable villain.
It won't do you any good. I mean, he packed up this morning, lock, stock, and barrel, and left. I think he went to Costa Rica.
Sorry, folks. I'll put an all-points bulletin on him, but...
Yeah, let's close an APB doors after the ventriloquist has left.
Hello, Charlie. Any change in Edgar?
No, I'm afraid he's still out there.
Fortunately, Snurd is too. Maybe in Costa Rica.
Yep. We got the right answer to the problem, just a little late. Maybe the Costa Rican authorities will find him and send him back for trial.
Well, my guess is with over $1 million, he'll change his appearance and lead the life of...
Oh, really?
No, O'Reilly.
Actually, I dropped out to see if you want to go to the ASFAS.
ASFAS?
Yeah, the award show. It starts in an hour.
Maybe some other time, Charlie.
Thanks anyway.
Okay, well, I just want to catch the guy who's subbing for us. It's a ventriloquist with a magic act. The lady at ASFAS says Merlin cuts one of the munchkins in half for a finale. Should be good for a laugh. See ya.
Mathnet, frankly. Oh, hi, Annie. Well, thanks for your help. It doesn't make much difference anymore anyway. Broadway Annie said no one's ever heard of Merlin and the Munchkins.
George.
Pat?
George, how did ASFAS notify Charlie and Edgar that they'd been replaced?
Charlie never mentioned how. He just said they got informed.
How could they? Edgar's been comatose ever since he found Lolly missing.
Who are you calling?
ASFAS.
ASFAS?
Hello, ASFAS. It's Pat Tuesday with Mathnet. You're sponsoring the show tonight, which was going to feature Charlie, Edgar, and Lolly, right? Wonder if you mind telling me why you canceled them. I see. How did you notify Edgar? Could you fax those to us? Thank you. She said they received a letter, then they sent one. Anyway, she's going to fax it all over to us right away.
We're not on the same page, Pat.
Something doesn't add up. The ASFAS promoter said she sent Edgar a letter.
So, Edgar probably read it when he got back from his trip.
Here it is. Dear Mr. Bergman, sorry to hear of your tragedy, but be notified that we have taken your advice and hired Merlin and the Munchkins. Thank you sincerely.
What tragedy?
Here's the one ASFAS received. Dear ASFAS, we will be unable to perform your upcoming show because Lolly is missing. Please be advised, as a substitute, I highly recommend an act called Merlin and the Munchkins, a delightful ventriloquist and magic act. Sorry for the inconvenience. Sincerely, Edgar Bergman.
How could Edgar have written that letter? He couldn't know that Lolly'd be missing.
Exactly. And guess where the letter was mailed from? Rochester, Minnesota.
Edgar wasn't even in Rochester, Minnesota.
I know, but
Snerd was.
Snerd set it up. He committed the robberies, and then he kept the real money to retire on.
And framed Edgar, a man he's hated for years. And the thing of it is, he got away with it.
Maybe not. Come on, Pard. Let's go to the award show as fast as we can.
Lastly, let me say, I deserve this award, and you don't.
I know we said we weren't coming, but we changed our minds.
Good, good. To see you here. Pull the chair.
How's Merlin?
He's awful. Just awful. Makes one ashamed to be in this business we call show.
Well, that's the final award of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to meet lovely little Lola. Well, my dear, care to sing us a song? Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And little...
See what I mean? This guy is terrible. His mouth moves more than hers does, and he can't carry a tune in a sedan chair.
Lola wants, Lola gets.
Recline yourself, resign yourself, you're through.
Well, if one lovely little Lola is this good, imagine how good two lovely little Lolas can be.
Oh, no! Please, don't sew me in half!
It won't hurt, my dearest, not for long.
Please, won't someone save me? Please, don't! Please, stop!
Pat, George, look! Edgar, he's coming out of it!
Please, save me! Save me!
Why, that's not Lola, that's Lolly, and Merlin's really sawing her in half. Come on! Hey, Lolly, is that your hair, or have the swallows returned to Castrano?
Away, boy, you bother me.
Hello, Charles. Is that your nose, or are you eating a banana? Listen, you fugitives from a forlorn fire. For 2 cents, you'd do anything. Get back on the wood pile where you belong. Lolly!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I, the great Merlin, for my final trick, shall disappear.
Lloyd Snerd, I presume.
It is I, America's best-kept secret, ventriloquism-wise. You foiled me, sir, and I nearly ended Edgar Bergman's career and retired with my greatest triumph.
The key word here is nearly. Snerd, you cad.
And look.
My old nemesis nosebleed, and you Snerd.
You got me. But you gotta admit, would have been a great finish.
Not as good as the finish we've got planned for you. It's probably the longest run you'll ever have. About 25 years.
Lloyd Snerd, a.k.a. Merlin and the Munchkins, was tried in Manhattan in and for the state of New York. He was found guilty of a 170.15, forgery in the first degree, a 155.40, grand larceny in the second degree, and a 110.00, sawing a dummy. Nosebleed was found guilty of being a dummy and hanging with a bad ventriloquist. They are both in state's prison, where Nosebleed is studying law, hoping to become a mouthpiece.
"100% of Square One TV is a production of the Children's Television Workshop.